Recording in progress.
Yeah, very good evening, everyone. Of last day and day 5 of your career guidance of SDG and as well as ESG. So here's the day 5 from pitch to pathway. So we have like learned from day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, all the among of like topics that we have like covered, and we'll just try to understand what are the topics the main will have actually goes to the pathway and also make us future ready, right? Not only like going on with the employment, not only like going like as an employee, and not only like just getting a simple job, but how to get and how to make sure create our own jobs and make it our own entrepreneurial journey. Be ready, right? So let's start with day 5 of from pitch desk, whatever the amount of business that you're just trying to pitch it for the given over the time, and how to get it up to your pathway, right? So that will just start with today's session, everyone. Just be ready. Let me just give you like more like 2 to 3 minutes. Let's everyone join, and then we'll just start with the session. Yes, hopefully everyone joined. So let's start with like today's session of day 5 from pitch to pathway. So what actually among of output that you're just trying to understand of day 5 today, and also closing as our like valedictory session, right? So let's recall and just like make sure that what are the amount of that you have learned from day 1, day 2, day 3, and till day 4. What are the among of the things that we have learned, and what are actually useful for us? And this everything that we'll just talk about today, and we'll just make this day 5 as a hopeful, a good understanding, and also be a pitch ready, and also like being having a good idea, and also going with that idea in forward as like tomorrow, right? So let's see it, everyone. This is like starting with the art of among of the perfect pitch. First, starting with among of problem, right? So let's start with the problem. Just give me a second. Yeah, sorry. So the art of like perfect pitch. So where that perfect pitch will go with in terms of first starting with a problem, right? Identifying the like pain point, what are the amount of solution, or in terms of like addressing that you're just going on with your problem, right? So let's say key we are just trying to understand how much amount of advertisements in terms of digital marketing that you have like done, as a picking as an example of dupe sticks, right? Sandalwood dupe sticks, right? So where there were like no problem at all, like we're just trying to understand that like in the market we have like lots of businesses were like running so good. So in that way, we were just trying to understand and pick any one of the product, and just doing lots of digital marketing, and just trying to sell through the online platforms. So this is like there is no problem at all. But now here comes the among of whole entrepreneurial journey, where we have to start with a problem, right? So on day 4, that is like totally different, right? On day 3, it was like just understanding what among of problem statements that we have to figure it out, where we can actually find among of lots of quality problems, right? So what actually the exact problem going on with in your day 3, and in day 2, where you're just trying to understand what actually an entrepreneurial journey is, what is entrepreneurship, what is an entrepreneur is, what is entrepreneurship is, what is entrepreneur is. This everything that we've just learned in terms of day 2, right? So in this way, while combining this all, at the end of day 5, now we have to understand each and every part, just making sure whatever the dots that you have just seen there, now we have to connect it, right? So what are the amount of dots that you have just seen in terms of entrepreneurship, in terms of digital marketing, and how to market in among of like online platforms? This everything comes under your dots. Now we have to like combine all the dots. Now you can just see a rectangular box or a square box, right? So where that comes, that you're like we are good at getting all dots connection, and now we are like trying to get out from there among of our comfort zone, and now we are just trying to get our problem to be solved, right? Whatever it might be. For example, you have just seen in traffic lots of problems are going on around the world, or lots of problems are going around your city itself, right? Now just pick that one problem. Now with that one problem, what actually is going around your problem is that we have to figure it out in the stage of problem, right? Now how we have to get the solutions, right? It should be like innovative, or it should be like going around with the technology, or it can be just a simple change, right? So everything can be done over in terms of like solution, right? Present your like innovative approach clearly, show how it's different from the existing and alternatives. This is how it's going to be done over the among of solution part, right? Impact and SDG alignment. So which SDG is going to align? Is it like going on with the SDG 2 or SDG 5 or SDG 12? What actually is going on with your SDGs, right? And demonstrate and measurable of like social impact and going around with the connections that is going on with like UN connections of your like sustainable development goals. This is how it goes with in terms of like impact and SDG alignment. Right. So now we have like understood which SDG actually it is. Now here comes the part, the day four. How to turn among of product or among of service or among of the simple change that should be turned into a simple business model. So this is how it goes with in terms of the art of perfect pitching. So in this way that you have to pitch whenever you're just good at in your among of problem and you have to solve it. So how to pitch the alignment, so how to start with your roadmap, just go with the problem, start with your problem, what actually everyone are like facing with that problem is, right? So this is how it goes with. Next, coming up with the solution, how we are just tackling the amount of problem and how we are just getting a proper solution. And that is not about like just adding lots of technology, adding lots of things, making it more complexity. That is not your solution. Even it is a single change, even it is like where there is like not required any subtraction, just you're just only required is addition, just you're replacing the subtraction to addition, that is also a simple change. Here comes the amount of solutions that change is required, the art of perfect pitching. This is how it goes, right? So in this way we can just turn the amount of change into a business model, explain how it will actually generate the revenue. This everything goes around your business model that will make you the investor or sponsors to be like come to you people and just start investing for you, investing for your idea. This is how it goes, not only for like among of lecturers, not only for like among of the faculty that they are in the call or in the session, but also for the among of for the students who actually they want to do and start for the first years, who actually they want to do start for their like second year itself. I have an idea, I want to build this up for till my like final year should be completed, I should be run my business for those people. And make sure like everyone who are like faculty, just make sure address them and ask for, if you have a good idea just come to me, we'll just try to figure it out what amount of solution that you want to build it. So this is how among of the networking also goes a good output way, right? So this is how it goes with. So this is the among of art of perfect pitching will goes around, right? Hopefully everyone are like trying to write it down. So this is how it goes. So master them like 2 to 3 minutes pitching structure. No one will wait more than like 3 minutes. No one will wait more than like 3 minutes, right? So just we have to understand how to explain your problem, how to explain your among of proposed solution, how to explain what actually there in the among of society. This everything that you have to explain in terms of 2 to 3 minutes. No one will wait. Even the biggest jury, even the like smallest jury, no one will wait more than 3 minutes, right? So this is how it goes. Just we have to align what are the amount of problem that we are saying that should be happened at least in 30 seconds or at least in like 40 seconds, right? Whatever the solution that is just tackling out, that should be again aligned with amount of like 60 seconds, right? What amount of business model or how actually it would be helpful for the investors, how actually it would be helpful for the sponsors, that is actually you have to say it among like in 45 seconds. And call to action like CDA, the CDA will actually make sure how actually it will helpful for the among of investors, partnerships, like supports, right, or supporters, and make it like very specific and actionable. This is how it goes with the structure, right? So in this way we have to always be ready to pitch whenever we go or whenever we go as a team, or whenever someone asks about do you have an idea for like whatever the amount of output that you want to gain or what is the amount of idea that you want to generate. If someone asks you, we have to be ready to be pitched, or we have to like be ready to be have a good background work that we have already done. This is how it goes in terms of mastering of our 2 to 3 minutes of pitching session, right? And make sure in the solution and the demo, just try to introduce your solution with confidence, right? And also go with like, if possible, include brief demonstration or adding some visuals. Show some good number of PPTs, show some good number of outputs that you have generated, show some good number of prototypes, right? So if you have a good device, just try to create a video before itself. Before in hand, just try to say what are the amount of words that you want to say it before in hand, before just going to the jury. Just try to get that video done before the jury come. This is how it goes. How many of us know that SIH is going on? Just keep it just in the chat box. Smart Indian Hackathon going on. Internal Smart Indian Hackathons are going on in every college. How many of you know about this? Just keep me posted as yes in the chat box. The chat box is enabled. Yes, yes, yes. How many of like trying to participate? And how many of like lecturers or like among of the faculties, how many of like mentors for your students? Please let me know yes in the chat box. Yes, being mentor are like so happy. Like we're just trying to give what number of like lots of inputs to the children, right? So you have to do this, right? You have to make sure to win SIH. That is how it goes with. Someone says like last year my college went. I'm like very happy. Congratulations everyone. Someone says like my college went SIH. Good, good. Most of the colleges, like each and every college, are trying to win a trophy of SIH, right? So that much amount of competition is going on, right? So this is how it goes with. So whenever just talk about like SIH in terms of like, I always say it's like SIH, it is Smart Indian Hackathon, where in that hackathon, where we have to pitch our among of whatever the ideas that we have, right? So this is how it goes with in terms of, I'm just talking about the art of pitching, right? So where we have to always pitch the amount of problem statements that we have. We have to trying to pitch the amount of solutions that we have generated, right? Within the given time, we have to give it a very brief document for the amount of SH. And we have to show it whatever the prototypes that we have built it in terms of electronics or in terms of like CSC or in terms of like websites or in terms of what are the solutions that we have actually created, right? In terms of applications, everything comes under in terms of solutions. What we have actually did is, right, and how actually it is going to impact of in terms of like SDGs, right, sustainable development goals. So where actually it is impacting that everything that we have to keep it in our PPTs, right, presentations. So when you're just trying to do this number of tackling or this number of SDG goals that is just trying to cover in terms of water and, or in terms of like environment, anything it can be. This number of SDGs that we're just covering with the amount of solution that we're just trying to build it, right? So this is how it goes in terms of impact and SDG alignments. Next, in terms of business models, what actually the market capital that if we just start with this business or if we're just trying to create a solution for the given problem, right? So this amount of business will grow. This much amount of employees will just trying to get lots of solutions or lots of amount of jobs will generate, right? So if we just start saying this all things, so here comes the part how actually you're going to tell in terms of like 2 to 3 minutes of pitching structure. This will actually make you a good output and actually win your SIH, right? So this is how it goes. We have to talk each and everything with the given timeline, right? They will only see the amount of time, not actually a whole scenario that is actually saying it. You don't start with a story. You actually start with a problem. Everyone has its own story. Everyone goes with like personas. Everyone has its own personas. No one will listen about the personas, right? So the personas listening is something only goes with internal jury or internal hackathons, right? So whenever it comes to the like external hackathons, external juries will come. Big number of investors, big number of people will come, right? So for them, big number of sponsors will come and listen to your idea. So where they will just no one listen goes with the persona, right? They will just listen what actually the problem is and what actually the solution that they have to start with, or what solution that you have built, and is it really helpful for the business, or is it really helpful for the amount of free cost, or is it really helpful for the government. This is how it goes, right? So this amount of pitching session that we have to always remember and master are 2 to 3 minutes of pitching. How actually we have to start with the problem, how we have to go with the amount of 60 seconds of solution. This everything goes with, right? Coming next, here comes your moment to shine in terms of mini pitching presentations, right? So for example, just think like you are good at showcasing your prototypes, you are good at showcasing your innovation that you have already did it, right? So this actually goes with wherever that you're just trying to present individually or a group sessions, right? You'll get a chance with your like whatever the amount of pitching that you're doing it, that will make you a good feedback, right? Just take lots of feedbacks whenever you're pitching it. Just ask for the feedbacks. Don't let everyone just be silent. Be like asking for the feedback. Once you're done, once the jury is completed with your all the amount of questionnaires and everything, now just wait for some time and just ask for the feedback. How was the amount of idea, and how actually we did well or not. Anyway, at the end of your pitching part is completed, juries will actually give you a good number of feedbacks. It can be bad or it can be good, but take it a good positive feedback and make sure what are the mistakes that you have done. Just try to get outputs in the good in next time. Right. So this is how it goes. Where the amount of your movement to shine in terms of when you start your pitching presentations. Right. So this is how it goes. Coming next, the three pathway to make sure that entrepreneurial success. We have already discussed, right? What is your entrepreneur is, what is your intrapreneur is, what is your like solopreneur is, right? So this is how it goes. Once your pitching is done, what is the next step that you're actually focusing on? That is all about your business, right? Where your business that should be like going on, how actually I want to do it. You want to do it within the organization that comes under entrepreneurship, or you want to do it like your own firm that you're having a couple of lots of people and creating your new jobs that comes under entrepreneurship. And then next you want to do it like only solo, that comes with your like solopreneurship, where works independently and make sure as a one person business. It's a one personal business, right? So there, that makes you maximum flexibility and personal brand development. So here comes the part, whenever you're doing solopreneurship, so where this will actually make you a personal brand developments. So everyone are doing like solopreneurship right now, right? Even a seventh, eighth standard student is actually doing a solopreneurship, creating their own business, creating their own entrepreneurships, and they're just doing their own solopreneurs at the start, right? This will actually get a good hit wherever in terms of digital or social media or anywhere, and make you a personal brand development will get you for sure. And direct client relations, so where direct client relations will actually make sure the trustworthy or trust building will be like so easy. Everyone will actually trust you because you are the only solopreneur where you're just trying to get direct connection with your clients. So this is how it goes with in terms of the three way of your like entrepreneurial success or entrepreneurial journey will actually start with, right? So from global problems to startup solutions, how we have to like actually select it, how we have to actually go ahead with. For example, if you have like national challenges or international opportunities, how we have to like focus on, right? So in terms of healthcare access, we have to like go ahead and head for understanding lots of scenarios. And in national challenges, where you have actually the educational gaps and economic like inclusions, right? So this is how it goes with like fintech solutions, microfinance and microfinance platforms, or like job matching systems. This everything has its problem, right? So where this all will actually goes around with your national challenges, right? When it comes under like international opportunities, climate change, food security, water scarcity, right? So this is how it goes with in terms of like water purification technology that we have to develop, and conservation like systems, and going around with desalination of innovations. This everything comes under with your like global problems that you can actually get into a startup solution, right? So this is how it goes with. Coming next, when you're just talking about the financial like reality of like making a difference, 4.2 trillions of billions are where it is like impacting the amount of economy, right? So this is how it goes with. Global market will actually goes with in terms of size for like impacting of like driven business, addressing social and environmental changes. This is how it goes with in terms of 4.2 trillion data, right? Coming next, which is like 71% of consumers preferences. What actually it's going to preference? It's going to like consumers like willing to pay more sustainable products and service from given purpose driven companies. This is how it goes with. And return multiples. When you're just going on with like consumer preferences, of course it gets lots of 2.3x of return multiplex of getting lots of returns, that is like actually impacting the investors compared to the like traditional investors have like past decades. This is how it's going on with. And 88% employee satisfactions of workers, what are the amount of preferred companies with strong social and environmental commitments. This is how it is. The data is clearly says that doing good or doing well financially are like no longer mutually exclusive, right? So this will actually get into like purpose driven entrepreneurs are building the most amount of valuable and sustainable business of our times. This is how it goes with. If you have a good number of business idea, just we have to start pitching it, and lots of among of investors are actually taking a risk to keep the amount of money to the new standard of ideas. This is how it goes with. Yes, transforming your story, like just whatever the amount of story that we have, like from participant like entrepreneur, now we are like participants now in terms of like whoever it is. It can be like faculty or like the lecturers, or in terms of like students. Now it can be like you are like only the students, but you are like coming up amount of next entrepreneurs are, I can just see. So for them it is, what is the amount of knowledge gained and network building and ideas refined and confidence boosted. This everything that you have to always go around and just start with it, right? So this is how it goes with in terms of my day of last day of day 5 is going on with. And I have last, let's recap and just let's check it out. Yes. So let's recap everyone. Day one, we got like started with in terms of introduction to design thinking, what actually designing, understanding with the SDG goals of 17 SDG goals, and why actually this SDGs matters and startup innovations, and going around with like Indian startups working on SDGs linked problems. This everything that we just understood. Right. So coming next of day two, that I am very sure that everyone got like listen day two, entrepreneurial mindset. Everyone just understood what actually entrepreneur mindset is, and going around with like entrepreneur and solopreneurship. And this is how it goes with. And also we are like understood with the case studies, lots of case studies. We have seen lots of startup founders, how actually it started, how actually the among of Indian startup got started, and most of the people are like very young people that we have just seen, and also lots of examples that we have just seen with the entrepreneur with the large companies in terms of Google and Infosys, and also started with like solopreneurship and digital creative space. This is how it like started with your day two. And and then next we have like lots of problems to opportunities. In terms of day three, we have like understood what actually Startup India problem bank is, how it actually is going around with, and we have already seen lots of Startup India problems, right? So converting problems into opportunities, identifying the root cause, and going around like five whys, and also brainstorming among like scalable solutions. This everything that we've just started with in terms of day three, right? And day four, we also like understood what actually skills for company initiations, and we also understood what actually digital marketing actually helpful to your entrepreneurial journey. So if you have a good business, how to get that business into a online platform, and how to start with that online platform. There's everything that we've just started with, and how to understand within terms of Canva and Google advertisements, and going around with the amount of basic website creation. There's everything that we have just understood, right? So this is all about our day four. And day five, now we'll started with how to pitch your idea in terms of problem, solution, impact, and making up your business model. And the structure of like 2 to 3 minutes of pitching session, how we have to give our pitching session in 2 to 3 minutes, right? And also going around with like mini pitching presentation, how actually it goes with. So this will actually goes around our 5 days of career and international career development program on SDGs and ESGs, and also understood all about like industry innovations. So this all that we have just learned it. I hope everyone like loved it among of sessions that we have just taken. So that's all about day five, everyone. Let's have and invite our guest. So let me just share my screen, and I'll just make my screen visible. Let me just share it. Just give me a minute. Yes. So that's all from my side, everyone. We'll just talk again later. So let's invite our like guest. So I'll just give my call to Anusha. Are you there? Just give me a minute. Yeah, over to you, Anusha. Like done with my session. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. As we come to the close of the final program, of the EduPlan 1 week international career development program on SDG, ESG, and industry innovations, it is with immense pride and satisfaction that we reflect on the incredible journey we have undertaken together. Organized by Brainovision Solutions India Private Limited in collaboration with AICTE and supported by 130 plus esteemed engineering institutions. This program has been a monumental step towards empowering the next generation of tech innovators. Over the past week, we have explored the dynamic landscape of industry innovations, understood the transformative potential of SDG and ESG, strengthened key skills and perspectives essential for thriving in today's digital era. This collective learning experience has not only broadened our horizons but also reaffirmed our shared commitment to building a sustainable, responsible, and innovation driven future. Wishing everyone continued success, growth, and learning. Thank you once again for being an integral part of the transformative journey. About our host colleges, over 130 plus prestigious colleges across the nation proudly became host for our International Career Development Program on SDG, ESG, and industry innovations. Their invaluable contributions and commendable commitments played a pivotal role in the overwhelming success of this initiative, leading to an outstanding milestone of 10,000 participants. The dedication and collaborative efforts of coordinators from all host institutions have not only enriched the program but also significantly strengthened its overall impact. Together, we have created a platform that empowers students and professionals alike to embrace innovation, sustainability, and global career readiness. About the chief guest, Dr. Dachanamurthy Ramu, sir. We are honored to welcome Dr. Dachanamurthy Ramu sir as our distinguished guest for the valedictory session of the International Career Development Program on SDG, ESG, and industry innovations. Dr. Dachanamurthy sir is an author, diplomat, and global youth leader, widely recognized for his dedicated work in advancing the United Nations Sustainability Development Goals, SDG environmental, social, and governance ESG practices, and industry driven innovations. Over the years, he has provided exceptional leadership in initiatives that bridge academia, industry, and global policy, fostering sustainable growth and human rights advocacy. His contributions span across youth empowerment, capacity building, and international collaborations, where he has mentored young professionals, spreaded impactful projects, and strengthened partnerships for inclusive development, respected globally for his ability to transform ideas into action. Dr. Dachanamurthy has become a strong voice for innovation, sustainability, and ethical leadership. We are privileged to have him with us today, and we look forward to his words of wisdom. And we mark the success conclusion of this international program. Welcome, sir. Sir, I request you to kindly address the gathering.
Okay, so very good evening to everyone. Hope now I'm audible. So, technology always surprises us, and respected participants and fellow speakers who joined this program. I'm very happy to be the part of this program, and I'm happy to deliver the valedictory address of this program, International Career Development Program on SDGs and ESG and industry innovations. Hope you guys have enjoyed and heard about SDGs and other things even before during this event. So I'm very happy to be here, first of all, and I'm not just uh, here to share my knowledge. I'm here to share my hope and the vision and the responsibility. When I look each one of you, I'm not just seeing as a participants of this program, but I'm seeing you as an future entrepreneurs, scientists, educators, and the innovators. I see the architects of the world must be fairer and greener and more inclusive. And sustainable development goals remind us that no dream is too big and no contribution is too small. So, global goals are not an abstract or a target, they are the blueprint of the justice. So, they tell us that every child deserves an education, every woman deserves equality, every community deserves dignity, and every generation deserves a planet to call home. And today's world facing many challenges in terms of climate and conflicts, economical uncertainties, and we have been divided into social dividers. But history shows us that it's always young people who rise at the moment of the crisis, and your passion, your courage, and creativity will define whether the humanity moves towards the division or unity, or disappear or hope, decline or renewal. Through this program, you have explored ESG values and the industry innovations. But more importantly, you have learned that careers must be built not only for the success, but also for the significance. So what will matter most? It's not what you have, but what you give. Not how much you rise, but how many you lift with you. So as we close, I want to leave you and three commitments that hope each of you will carry forward. Lead with the purpose, innovate for the good, be the global citizen. And United Nations always reminded us we are the first generation that can end extreme poverty, and a last generation that can prevent the climate catastrophes. The urgency of your time, that is a challenge of your generation. But I stand here with the confidence because I know that your hands, your future is not safe and it is promising. You are not the leader of tomorrow and you are the leader of today. Let this program not be the end, but the beginning of your lifelong journey and advancing the SDGs, strengthening the ESG values, driving the innovations, and that leaves no one behind. Together, let's bring and build a future where prosperity is shared, where peace is protected, and where sustainability is our common language of the humanity. Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for everyone who participated today. Thank you very much.
We sincerely thank our chief guest, Dr. Dakshinamurthy sir, for gracing us with his presence and delivering such a wonderful speech. Thank you, sir, for inspiring us with your valuable words and encouragement, which made this occasion truly special. Now, I request everyone to kindly switch on their cameras for a group pic. I repeat, kindly switch on your cameras for a group pic. So are we done with the group pick?
Yeah, Anusha, mostly done. Correct.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Well, as we proceed, all the participants are kindly informed that the details regarding the certificates distribution process will be shared with you via email shortly. Please make sure to check your registered email ID for complete instructions on how to download your certificate. Without any further ado, let us conclude the session. We express our deepest gratitude to our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Dachanamurthy Ramu sir, for gracing this event with his presence and delivering such an inspiring valedictory address. His valuable insights and expertise have greatly enriched the proceedings and left a lasting impression on all of us. To all the participants, we extend our sincere thanks for your enthusiastic engagement and active participation throughout the sessions. Your commitment to continuous learning and professional development is truly commendable and has been the driving force behind the success of this workshop. We are immensely grateful to the 130 plus host colleges for their support, coordination, and collaboration, which played a pivotal role in making this event a grand success. Your partnership truly reflects the spirits of collective learning and unity within the academic community. Our heartfelt appreciation also goes to our distinguished speakers, panelists, and resource persons who generously shared their knowledge and perspectives, broadening our horizons and deepening our understanding. To our organizing team, your tireless efforts, meticulous planning, and seamless execution ensured the smooth conduct of the program. We also thank the technical team and support staff whose dedication behind the scenes was indispensable. As we conclude this workshop, let us carry forward the knowledge, insights, and connections gained here and continue to strive for excellence in our respective domains. Thank you all once again. We wish you continued success and growth in your future endeavors. Have a great evening. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Anisha, for making it great hosting. And thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining for today's session. Yeah, we are like end for today's session. Thank you all. Yeah.